everybody. Welcome to part 2 of Incubation by me, Rachel, at Sage Acres Farm. So I wanted to go over a few key ideas and also helpful tips for if you have a rocky hatch. So the first thing that I want to talk about is if you get eggs shipped to you compared to having eggs that are obviously laid at your farm or your homestead or whatever, like the differences in hatch rate and what you should expect. Hatching eggs or shipped eggs for your to use as hatching eggs is the most popular thing to do because people want to get different genetics, they want to get different birds, and they want to try maybe improving their lines. And if you're not local, I mean, what else are you going to do? Not everybody ships pullets. So, it really depends. I think doing it in a seasonally appropriate time and also by somebody who's a known breeder is probably a good idea than someone you don't know, because you're probably getting clean eggs. Go with your gut and go with somebody that you like and that you can trust and maybe find a review on. I think that's important. Let's see. Another thing that I think is pretty important is that you understand that you can hatch in a tray. Hatching in a tray is so easy, and you will have more chicks hatch because you don't have all the other chicks moving and flipping the egg around that's been sitting in lockdown for the last 3 days getting ready in that little position. I've noticed that when they get flipped around, they do sometimes get confused and they don't hatch out. So you want to be mindful of that. And how you would do that is use a plastic tray. Do not use a cardboard tray, as that it takes moisture from your environment that you're going to want for actually hatching. So be mindful of that as well. And another last part about tray hatching is if you put your trays in to hatch, if there's any little spots around your trays, the chicks, when they hatch, they could fall in and get stuck. So I take a little bit of cabinet liner, the same thing that I put on the bottom for a non-slip surface so they don't get splay legs. I take that and I roll a few pieces up and I stick it just up and around any of those spots so I don't have to worry about it, because if something happens and I have to open up the incubator, there goes my environment that I'm trying to preserve for the successful hatch of my clutch. Okay, let's see. Some of the common health issues that you may deal with is a very long hatch. You might get nervous, but it can take up to 12 hours for an egg to hatch, sometimes a little longer. So just keep in mind that once you get up to like 10 hours, you might want to do like a chip test to see if you want to help it out, or let nature take its course, which a lot of people do. And 90% of the time, your chick will come out on its own. See, a bloody pip. Sometimes you'll also experience a bloody pip, and a pip is when you get the initial pop through the eggshell. The chick, first of all, makes it through the air sac on the inside, then decides to go through the air sac and pops out of the eggshell. So once you have the initial crack, it's called a pip. Sometimes it can bleed. Really not much you can do there. Also, some chicks may not take in all of their egg or their yolk, so they might have a little bit of their intestines or a little bit of the yolk in the bottom of the cup. That sometimes does happen. You'll notice there's like a little bit of the yolky colored substance. That's totally normal. Your chicken did not hatch with some weird thing growing from it. That is part of it. 90% of the time, because I'll take it in 90% of the time, they do take all of it in, because that's what gives them nutrients for the next 48 hours until they actually need to eat. And bring me to that point, you don't want to leave your chicks in the incubator for longer than 48 hours. The sooner you can get them all out, obviously try to wait for all of them to hatch, but the sooner you can get them all out, the better. And if you notice that one chick, like the oldest chick is hatching at the newest chick, it is okay to put like a little towel over the incubator or turn the lights down in the room so that they can't really see each other as well, and it gives that new chick a break. And the last part is sometimes chicks might hatch defective. Now, when I say that, it's nothing personal, but I guess deformed is a better way of saying it. Sometimes they can, on very rare occasions, be born without limbs or eyeballs or something like that. You know, don't try to save this situation, be a superhero. I think quality of life is really important, and if it's like missing a serious appendage, like wing, okay, I can live without a wing, but like a leg, oh my gosh, I really don't know about that. That would be up to you and your disclosure in your heart, but I don't recommend it. It's very difficult, unless you have a house chicken, which I respect. Don't take it the wrong way. If you want to just baby this one chicken, but I have over 300 chickens, and it would not be right for me to have one without a leg that's getting trampled by males. Like, it's not nice. It's not nice. Yeah, so I think that is everything that I need to go over right now. But if you guys have any additional questions, please feel free to put them in comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Happy hatching!